Genetics not only influences physical attributes, but also personality, and Western Australia Cricket Association CEO Christina Matthews says cricket administration was in her blood from birth.
At 14 I got on my first club committee, so I had parallel through my playing career was always being a volunteer in the game, and then in sort of my early 30s I got the opportunity to work in the game. I had made a decision after my first job to try and get a job in sport somewhere because I thought they'd be sympathetic to my playing ambitions to represent Australia. So I had a funny driver to get me on the sports admin field, but it was obviously something that was genetically, sort of built into me, having got onto a club committee at the age 14.
Nowadays, she is a fantastic role model for female sports administrators, but Matthews is also one of Australia's most capped female players, and her colleagues have nothing but praise for her.
Christina is a great role model for girls and women, not only on the administration side but on the playing side, and that's where I first came to know her is obviously through her playing background as a former Australian player, but more recently in the administration side with New South Wales, and now as Chief Executive of the WACA. We have a lot to do with each other, and I've got nothing but the highest praise for Christina in the way that she goes about her role.
Her leadership's outstanding. I think she's very strong. She understands cricket. She got cricket as the #1 priority here at the WACA, which is really positive. But she's also got a nice spirit about her. There's a really nice feel around the WACA now.
The former Australia vice-captain is one of a growing number of females involved in cricket and believes diversity across all areas of the sport is crucial to success.
You can't have the same sort of people in your business if you want to grow and sort of meet different challenges. It's important to have diversity, and whether that's females, different cultures, all sorts of things. But I think men and women do work differently, and they do focus on different things, and that's good and bad. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's fantastic, but I think you do need that diversity.
But being a female CEO in an historically male-dominated sport doesn't come without its challenges.
Look, I think any time I go into an environment within the cricket world where people don't know me or my background, the first thing that you've sort of got to be aware of is they're going to wonder what your cricket credentials are. So I tend to, when I'm meeting cricket people, talk about the game first and foremost, and not my part in the game, but how our teams are going, how the clubs are going, and things like that. And since I've been in WA, I've made a particular effort to get closer to the district clubs, so people get a sense of understanding you and knowing you and trusting you.
There's always going to be people have different views or biases towards having a female CEO, but I love her resilience, and I love how tough she is. From the first day I met her, I knew she was a woman to be reckoned with. She's not going to mess around. I talk about this nice spirit, but she's tough. Like, she's really tough, and I really respect that. And for me, as I said, great leadership should make no difference whether you're a male or a female, and she's been a real success story here.
Success is the backbone of any sporting team, and Matthews says women's cricket in particular needs to keep making strides on the field if it wants to continue to grow.
There's no doubt that women need to have a level of success to garner attention, and the success of the Australian team over a very long period, we've had small periods of no success, but generally we've been a successful Australian side.
And while it's easy to say not enough is being done to raise the profile of our female cricketers and break down the barriers, Matthews believes cricket is leading the way.
Having been in the game for over 30 years, it's very easy to think we've not done enough yet, but I was lucky to be on a panel with the National Rugby League, AFL and the National Football League from America, so representative of all those areas, talking about opportunities for women in their sports. And it was at that time, and it's only a year ago, that I realised how far cricket's come. It's now on the agenda for Cricket Australia at the highest level, and as long as we can keep it there, we'll go all right.